Megam sir. Morning sir. Morning sir.
बैठिए.
Thank you sir.
प्रद्युमन बिजलवान.
Yes sir.
आपके नाम में बिजली है.
Yes sir.
Okay, great. So how do you find Delhi today?
Sir, it's cold. It has been cold from a week.
All right.
Yes sir.
Okay. And when did you come to Delhi?
Sir, I came to Delhi last year in 2022.
Okay. And you have been preparing for the civil services here?
Yes sir.
And how is this your first attempt?
Sir, this is my third attempt.
This is your third attempt.
Yes sir.
And is this your first interview?
Yes sir. This is my first interview.
First interview. Okay. Please tell us something about you.
Sir, I am from Rishikesh, Uttarakhand. I have done my graduation from Delhi University, Chemistry Honours, and from then onwards, I have been preparing for Civil Services examination, and this is my third attempt and first interview.
And your hobbies?
Sir, my hobbies are watching science fiction movies and doing body weight exercises and reading self-development books.
And self-development books.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You come from a state which was recently in news
Yes, sir.
for wrong reasons. Unfortunate incident, I would say. Unfortunate incident of Silkyara, this tunnel collapse.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then Joshimat happened before that.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of developmental activity, Char Dham Yatra, tracks, highways, and all those things are happening.
Yes, sir.
Do you think all these developments are good for the hills?
Sir, the development activities that are going on are definitely targeted at overall improvement in living standards as well as providing the necessary facilities to the citizens. But there has to be a balance between development as well as environment. When this balance becomes undisturbed, it can lead to situations like that recent happening in Silkyara tunnel collapse case.
But don't you think that a number of people are locking their houses, rather villages now, and moving to areas with better road connectivity, better civic amenities? So, don't you see it as a requirement of people that all these basic requirements, basic infrastructure reaches them in the villages? How do you balance that?
Yes, sir. There has been a phenomenon of ghost villages, especially in border areas in Uttarakhand and similar Himalayan states. And that has to be countered while keeping in mind the development necessities of the public. While there is no argument against the developmental need of the people, the ecological situation of the location, especially the Himalayan region, has to be kept into mind, keeping the development activities going on further. So a balance has to be made. The environmental impact assessment has to be the fulcrum of development activities, especially the infrastructure development in the state. And so that is my take on this debate.
Okay. Recently, we had a spat with, we continue to have, with Nepal
Yes, sir.
on some border issues involving Uttarakhand.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, the issue arises between Limpiadhura and Lipulekh regions in Uttarakhand and Nepal bordering districts. Sir, it is due to the reason that the Treaty of Suwali marks Kali River as the natural boundary between the Nepal and the India, and there has been misinterpretation regarding from where that boundary is starting. Nepal claims that it starts from Limpiadhura, leading to larger areas in the Nepalian territory. But India maintains that it has to be start from Lipu Lake, and so therefore the situation and the area between Limpiadhura and Lipu Lake is now claimed as a disputed territory. Nepal claims it, and India maintained its presence in that region.
All right. a number of people
Yes, sir.
who uh, who have been experts in the field of AI,
Yes, sir.
artificial intelligence,
Yes, sir.
they say that it's a threat to humanity. How do you see that a software could threaten the whole mankind?
Sir, as with any technology, there are pros and cons with artificial intelligence also. The issue arises not basically the intrinsic value of the artificial intelligence, but about the use that mankind put it to. For example, recently we have seen the deepfakes. The Prime Minister has raised issues about it. And if the deepfake is so true to the extent that it poses a situation where national security or some internal security of the region is under threat, so that will be detrimental to the human society as a whole. Moreover, the big tech companies having a huge database, they can be misused by artificial intelligence if people having malicious intentions get access to those databases, and then they can utilize it for malicious intent.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, welcome. See, now we are talking of one nation, one election.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with it? If yes, give me the reasons why it should be done. If not, why it should not be done.
Sir, I agree with the idea of one nation, one election, primarily because there are pragmatic reasons behind it. Firstly, as has been pointed out by the Prime Minister also, that the nation is always in a constant election mode that impedes the development activities of the nation. So, the primary reason behind a one nation, one election is the idea that it has to be one election where the parties get elected, and after that whole of our concentration is regarding the benefits of the society and on the developmental activities. Next is that the cost effectiveness of the one nation, one election is much more rather than the fragmented election procedures that are conducting right now in the country. But there are issues regarding that, and that has to be kept into mind. For example, the issue of the assemblies that have been elected, and after they are not able to complete their 5-year term, or if the government cannot complete their term, then what will happen, that it has to be necessarily extended, because the elections can happen only at a time.
So
So
that these issues can be sorted or cannot be sorted.
yes, sir. These issue can be sorted. For example, it can happen that the elections, one nation, one election, can happen in two phases. Firstly, it can happen for, firstly it can happen for in parliamentary elections and state assembly elections at one time, and thereafter the local elections. Also, another way could be to keep in mind that the elections happen in a way that the no confidence motion, if arisen by the any member or the party, it has to be supplemented by a confidence motion along with it, so that the flow of the government for the 5 year goes on, not needing necessarily the second election.
Okay, fine, I'll leave it at that. See, if I give a statement that UN, United Nations, has lost its relevance, what is your take on that?
Sir, the UN is a body that is all comprehensive. It includes all nations of the world. And to say that it has lost its relevance will be an exaggeration, though there are issues pending with the United Nations. For example, especially with the United Nations Security Council regarding the P5 not heeding to the need of the present situation. As has been pointed out by our foreign minister also, that the stakeholders have changed but the management is same. So keeping in mind the some reforms are needed. In the present time also, we have seen that United Nations has been not successful in the stopping war regarding.
It has not been successful stopping any war.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the use of it?
Sir,
UN General Assembly is only a showpiece event. Everybody gives speech and nobody does anything.
Yes, sir, that is the issue, and that is primarily the issue. But consensus building and sort of telling our views, every country is able to tell its views, and voting in General Assembly is not unbalanced voting like in the United Nations Security Council, where members enjoys veto. So the primary issues with UNSC and the UN General Assembly is particularly relevant in present context also.
Even the role of WHO was very uh, suspect in this COVID situation.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Allegations have been raised, and the investigation regarding the origin of COVID-19 has not been so transparent as it should be, because China remains a permanent five member, and it has vetoed any situation where the comprehensive origin investigation of COVID-19 has been allowed, and that has been banned by China. So that is one issue where major powers have blocked any fruitful result in the UNSC, and that has come to WHO also, where WHO is being funded by some major powers, and that funding resulted in unbalanced view of WHO regarding these major powers.
I come to different topic.
Yes, sir.
If I give a statement, if you get something free, then you are the product. What do you mean by it?
Sir, the statement holds truth in the present day of social media and digital India, and as well as digital world, because we are not paying anything for the services that we are getting, but in lieu of that, there is an enhanced effort of these big tech media companies to keep us engaged in the processes that they devolve. For example, in YouTube and other small video messaging apps, they keep us involving into their platform, and that is where we say that we are not paying, but we are the product here.
How you become the product then? That meaning of product.
Yes, sir.
You are involved, that is okay.
Yes, sir.
But you become the product.
Yes, sir.
You know the meaning of the product.
Yes, sir.
Why would you become the product?
Sir, when we become the product, we are providing a revenue source for them without directly giving out money. So the ad industry that is going on, that is leading to the product side.
Thank you.
Uh, Pradun,
Yes, sir.
you are coming from Uttarakhand.
Yes, sir.
Here, there is very interesting phenomena in Uttarakhand.
Yes, sir.
They say, I don't know how much I'm correct, that the ladies, they do the work and men enjoys. But their social status is very low. Is it a correct statement or wrong?
Sir, that statement may be true partially in some locations, but as a whole, where I have lived, I have not seen such instances. In my location, in my place, ladies and gents, both men and women, have been active in participating in economic activities, especially with regard to agricultural work at their homes. And some women actually participate in daily jobs like nearby manufacturing jobs, or related to tourism industry. So that may be a phenomena that is limited to some pockets, but as a whole the state doesn't boast of any such incident.
Tell me, you are coming from this Haripur Kalan.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a village, I guess? No.
Yes, sir, it's a village.
What kind of schemes you have seen, government scheme, I mean to say, you have seen in operation, and what is their effectiveness?
Sir, the schemes that I have seen are, first of all, was the public distribution system. When I was in my childhood also, my grandmother used to take me to the PDS shop. So that was the first government scheme that I came to in personal cognizance. So public distribution system is currently going on in that village. Other than that, the polio scheme, the polio booths are organized time to time. Currently, they are not organized because India has been polio free for a time being. And other schemes also included like free medical checkup in nearby inter college. There used to be a sort of uh, an occasion where they would come and they would check freely about diseases or any mishaps with persons. So these are the three things that I have witnessed.
You not witnessed any benefit from the Ujjwala scheme?
Ujjwala scheme, sir, I have not personally witnessed anything about it.
So you will not be able to comment on the efficacy of the or effectiveness of the Ujjwala scheme in the Uttarakhand or in the village, in your village.
No, sir, I will not be able to do that.
You mentioned that you have come about 2 years. When sir was asking that you have come to Delhi about 2 years back.
Yes, sir.
But I find that you have done the graduation from KM College.
Yes, sir.
So did you go back?
Yes, sir. After my graduation, I had gone back to my home. There was some family situation. My grandmother's situation wasn't, so I had to go home. Thereafter, I remained at home, and COVID-19 struck. So I was at home for 2 to 3 years. After that, I came to Delhi in 2022. Yes, sir.
You have a hobby of this Hatha Yoga.
Yes, sir.
What is Hatha Yoga?
Sir, Hatha Yoga is a practice of yogic procedures, especially postures, while keeping them intact for longer times, focusing on our breathing techniques.
So it's basically focused on the breathing techniques.
Yes, sir, breathing techniques along with postures. The postures has to be kept for longer duration of time. They has to be intact rather than flow of various postures. It has to be one posture for a long period of time, probably 2 to 3 minutes, or experts even go to 5, 8 to 10 minutes.
You practice on a daily basis or is it infrequent?
Sir, mostly I do on a daily basis, but 1 to 2 days may come where I will not be able to do that.
You are also a house captain in your school.
Yes,
in your
sir.
class or your school?
School, sir.
In a school.
Yes, sir.
So what? How long you were there? I mean, as a house captain in the school? How long? कितने दिन थे आप? कितने साल थे?
Sir, it was for 1 year in my 12th class, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what problems you encountered as a house captain? Did you encounter any problem?
Yes, sir. I encountered some problems. First off, it was while organizing any event like for 15th August or 26th January, there used to be a lot of work and coordination needs to be done between various functionaries. At that time, the coordination needs to be done in a comprehensive manner. So that was one issue that I witnessed and I resolved it quite amicably, coordinating with different seniors as well as my peers on how to organize that function. Second thing I witnessed is that during any intra-house competition or inter-house competition, there used to be a mismanagement, but that was on just a small part of it, and that has to be taken care and with the consultation with other members. So these two things I have witnessed as a
When you say mismanagement,
Yes,
can you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. For example, some speech has to be given by some student, and sometimes it may so happen that the list is not so chronologically arranged that someone has to come first and someone has to come second. Then it may happen that the person who was not ready, he comes first because due to the mismanagement reason. Then that has to be taken care into accounts while giving such or organizing such functions in a school level.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Praduman,
Yes, sir.
what is that can be done to improve the road safety in Himalayas region? You must be having a regular, passing.
Yes, sir.
And have you ever come across an idea that, oh, why doesn't government do this so that the rocks don't fall on the road or something? Do you have an innovative idea to stop the irregular movement of vehicles on roads in your region due to landslide or something? Anything innovative that has come to your mind?
Yes, sir. One thing that it's not sort of an innovation because that has happened in various places in Uttarakhand, but keeping in mind that the rocks are so fragile that they are sedimentary rocks. On the first showers of monsoon, they begin to
Get
come
loose
down.
and come down.
Yes, sir. So to counter that, stone walls can be erected along the boundaries of the
That is already being
mountains.
done.
Yes, sir. So that is not being done comprehensively due
Okay.
to maybe due to economic reasons. But keeping that in mind, if that can be applied elsewhere, one more thing that especially in bends and places where there is less space to change course of the vehicle, at those places, early warning signs can be kept in place at every place to decrease the accidents.
You would have seen certain videos, what is being done in China, in hilly areas, that they don't make roads on the hills, they make roads in the valleys on stilts or something. Do you think that kind of construction will work in your region? Roads are not made on the hills, but in the valleys, so that you can make straighter roads. You don't need to go like the mountain goes. It is shorter, faster. Is it good or bad for the region, Garhwal region?
Sir, the Gadwal region is primarily ecologically fragile. So, making the roads from the valley may be good or maybe not, since I am not too much aware of the what developments has happened in China.
What are the basic principles which is used in study of chemistry?
Sir, the basic principles in the use of chemistry or the study of chemistry are the structures and the alignments of the micro particles like electrons, protons, and
Okay.
their alignment.
Okay.
Yes. And their alignments under the structure.
Something more. When you study chemistry, what all do you look into? You look into mass and heat transfer or mass and heat balance. You look into equilibrium. You know, equations are have to be in equilibrium.
Yes.
You also look at the rate processes of any chemical process.
Yes, sir.
What is Vedic mathematics?
Sir, weather mathematics.
Vedic mathematics.
Vedic mathematics. Sorry, sir, I am not too aware about
You are
that.
a student of maths. You never came across Vedic mathematics?
Sir, I came across it. There were some short tricks that has to be employed, but too deeply, I am not aware of that.
Okay. Do they have any scientific significance, Vedic mathematics? Should we take it as a scientific work of, research or something?
Yes, sir, surely, because in doing Vedic mathematics, to the extent that I have witnessed it, the calculations and the processes of mathematics become easy. They become fast.
All right. You look at world today. Look at the world, government of India, important players in the world. What can you predict as an Indian diplomat? How will you see the world in 2050? What can you predict?
Sir, in 2050, first of all, India aims to become a developed country by 2047.
What does it mean to be a developed country?
Sir, to raise the per capita income of India to the level that...
What level?
Sir, it is currently it is $13,800
Correct.
approximately.
Good. And then?
And then after at the year 2050 or 2047, the inflation levels will increase, the currency will depreciate. So probably that $13,800 limit will.
It's
also
only about India. What else?
Yes, sir. In other areas of the world, especially in East Asia, South Korea and Japan, their population is dwindling. So there may be some uncertainty regarding those countries. And in Europe also, we see the rise of the far right. So that will accentuate until 2050, and that will pose newer problems. Also, China's growth will be stagnated because China's growth is currently it is reeling under property crisis and other issues. So China's growth will decrease. But India aims to become a developed country, and in that perspective, as a leader of Global South, from now onwards till 2047, various collaborations with multiple countries will make.
What is the fourth largest populous country in the world today?
So today the fourth largest populous country is Indonesia.
And that is also going to change
Yes,
tremendously and have an influence in Indo-Pacific.
Yes, sir.
Because you watch sci-fi movies, How will you see the world from sci-fi and artificial intelligence growth in 2050?
Sir, in 2050, my vision is that artificial intelligence will certainly rule major areas of the world, including economy, governance, as well as science and tech development. Keeping in mind that various science fiction movies have led to the conclusion that the artificial intelligence will become powerful enough to be creative and to take place of the humans, but that will be an exaggeration right now, because what we see is that artificial intelligence supplemented by huge data sets can produce some outcomes. It can be more efficient in some specific areas, but as of now, broad-based AI is not invisible.
Good afternoon, Pradyuman.
Good afternoon, sir.
You come from Haripur Kala.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the difference between Khurd and Kala?
Yes,
You
sir.
might have heard Khurd, Haripur Khurd,
Yes, sir.
this Kala. What is the difference?
Sir, the difference between Khurd and Kala is about the extent of the village. The Kala is actually a bigger village than the Khurd region.
Kala is the
Kala
larger
is bigger,
one.
yes, sir, larger version than the Khurd.
And what's the origin of these words? Which language they belong to?
Sir, that I am not aware, I'm sorry.
Urdu words originated from a nearby Amritsar area.
Yes, sir.
Okay, second, I want to come to your hobbies. You do hot yoga, body weight exercises. Can you tell me why is India lagging in gymnastics?
Sir, the primary reason which I visualize is lack of funding to the infrastructure that gymnastics need. It is a sports that needs nurturing from the very young generation, and from younger times we totally focus on academics because that is where the maximum dividends are visible, and that is the primary reason which I can think of.
Pradyuman, is this your normal voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also watch sci-fi movies. Can you tell me how can we use sci-fi content in administration? How can we use
Yes.
sci-fi content in administration?
So may I take some time to
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, the way I can think of sci-fi is about creative imagination. Since it is a fiction, but it is supplemented by scientific reasoning. So in administration also, we have to be innovative. And in doing innovation, we have to be reasonable also. So the prospect of sci-fi can be implemented in administration while we innovate. Like for example, things like direct benefit transfer, these and UPI. These are all innovative things that are backed from reasons.
What kind of sci-fi content you watch? Dystopian or utopian?
Sir, both dystopian and utopian, depending upon the movie. Sometimes I watch reviews of the movies, and thereafter I go for the movie that I have to watch.
Okay, Pradyuman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Pradum,
Yes, sir.
we are done with major interaction with you.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you feel you fared in this formal interaction that we had with you?
Sir, I feel that it was a quite pleasant interaction. I was a little bit nervous before entering the room, but currently, sir, I think it was a very pleasurable interaction.
Okay, so this is your first interview.
Yes, sir.
Right. And when is your interview?
Sir, the date has not come yet.
Okay, so you have a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, since this is your first interview, you must. And how many mocks you have had?
Sir, this is my first mock.
First mock.
Oh,
okay.
good.
Then all the more reason to share with you that interview is certainly not a test of your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
You have done your mains, nailed the mains, so your knowledge is well judged and compiled.
Yes, sir.
Here, what we are looking at is that as some kind of a young officer, whether you possess those qualities of an officer, how you behave, how you react, how you think through the issues, and whether you speak with conviction, honesty, integrity, and those are some of the qualities, how you, body language, how is the body language. So we are trying to just judge you on that than your knowledge. And we also believe that you are not supposed to know everything under the sun. If you don't know a particular question, you are well within your right to say that, sorry, I need to learn more on this aspect. I'm not aware of this particular thing.
Yes, sir.
So there is no harm in doing so. That will save you, I think, from a kind of guilt if you fudge your answer or if you try to guess. So don't hazard a wild guess. It's better not to do that.
Yes, sir.
Right. Coming to your दूसरा ये है कि you must also remember that the way you are sitting,
Yes,
your hands are fixed on your thighs.
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Sir, it feels comfortable to be sitting like that.
No, but I believe some academies or the YouTube tells you that you should sit like this.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. That
So
is
that is
also
the reality.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sit relaxed in the fully in the chair. You are sitting at the edge of the chair. Can you sit properly?
Sir.
Can you keep your hands like this or this?
Yes, sir.
And you can use them slightly if you need to make a point.
Yes, sir.
So you can use them. Are you feeling better now? Or
What
you
is
are-
a normal posture on a chair? How will you
sir,
sit?
the informal posture will be
Formal.
formal?
How will you sit in front of talking to your father, let's say, or something?
Yes, sir. Like this.
Are you comfortable now?
Yes,
so
sir.
do this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So coming to the posture and other things,
Yes.
at times you should be wearing a tie,
Yes, sir.
right? And properly shaved.
Yes, sir.
Your shoes should be good, clean,
Yes, sir.
bright shoes. It should be polished, well
Yes, sir.
polished. So that is one. And what I noticed was that you were bending forward
Yes,
all the
sir.
while because you were sitting at the edge and you were leaning forward.
Yes,
So
sir.
now you are more relaxed and you look more confident also while sitting in this posture. Two, you talk very softly. It's a good quality, but you should be audible also. Maybe somebody has to strain his ears to listen to what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Towards the end, you were a bit more audible, but you should be slightly louder
Yes, sir.
than the kind of pitch you made. And you come across as very good candidate. So your interview has not been fixed. Now you would know that the questions to you will come generally from three quarters.
Yes, sir.
One is your DAF.
Yes, sir.
So you read your DAF or you ask a sibling or a friend कि मेरा DAF पढ़ के मुझसे सवाल तो करो.
Yes, sir.
Then you will realize the kind of questions people can ask you on your DAF and what kind of situation you have given to others to question you on your DAF.
Yes, sir.
So work on your DAF since you have time. And second would be your subject, your education, as well as your optional.
Yes, sir.
So it's good to know what you studied and what's your optional. And there will be questions that if your optional was not one of your major subjects of education, why did you shift? Like in your case, that happens.
Yes, sir.
Right? You went for anthropology.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that would be another. And third would be the general knowledge. So this basket is too big, the general awareness, general knowledge. But normally, coming from your state, particularly if something has happened in the recent past and some of the issues that are there with the mountains and seismic zones and other things, so you need to know. And then the national and international issues.
Yes, sir.
So the major ones, I think if you know that, you work on that, you can prepare a list of about 80 to 100 questions
Yes,
on
sir.
an A4 size. Write down the current questions, bullet points, so that you become very systematic in your replies. Once you make some bullet points, you become very systematic in responses, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are smiling through the questions, the interaction. That was very good.
Thank you, sir.
So that meant that you were relaxed. So I think this is what I would like to share. And all the very best. If you have anything, please.
It's covered everything. Just one small point.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is very monotonous. It's quite low also, but monotonous also.
Yes, sir.
So modulation of voice is a art.
Yes,
Try to modulate.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to understand the modulation?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes pitch little higher, sometimes little low. You should move like this, like this, like this. Maybe.
And
Yes,
one
sir.
more input.
Yes, sir.
Because it is your first interview
Yes,
and
sir.
first mock interview, you can internalize this from now onwards,
Yes, sir.
that while giving a long answer, look around, not only to the person who is asking you the question, but other people also, but only during your long answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because the question is being asked on behalf of the entire panel. So while answering, you can give about 60-65% of your attention to the person who is asking the question, but once in a while you can look around and make eye contact with other members also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if especially somebody is nodding the head or making any movement or something, then you must look at that person, lady or a gentleman,
Yes,
and make eye contact.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You must improve your voice quality because it is clear sign of lack of confidence. I can understand because it is your first interview, but from now onwards, whether mock or real, you enter into the room with little more confidence, sit down properly just the way you have been requested,
Yes, sir.
and speak with little more confidence. Voice should be little louder,
Yes, sir.
which will indicate that you have more confidence.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
I had written one thing I forgot to mention.
Yes, sir.
Looking around while you were giving long answers, you stole an eye on other members also. You look towards the other members also with a look whether they are approving what I'm saying or not. Don't bother. आपको ये लग रहा था मैं ठीक भी बोल रहा हूँ कि नहीं, ये ठीक है कि नहीं. Don't bother about us. Don't bother. Whatever you say with conviction.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And you know that. When you say, yes, I know that, and be confident of whatever you are saying because you know that. In case you don't know that, regret that, sorry, I need to know more about it. I don't know. I'll refer to more learning on this. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right.
On a lighter note, your hairstyle is like Palwan's. That's not. If you can change it, it's good. Otherwise, you look like a wrestler.
All come in different.
Sir, I was experimenting because date has not come on the first page, so I thought smaller will be better.
You can think of
Parting and so.
Yes, sir. I'll keep that in mind.
Need officer, not wrestlers.
हमारे ज़माने
Yes, sir.
की
Sure, sir.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Carry
Okay.
on.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wish
All
you
the
the
best.
best.